So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days at the Rogue Citadel seem so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate.
Do you want something?
Oh, I fought sleep for days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monastery and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Had the evil from my dreams followed me at my heels? How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own that he struggled to contain. And he was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed, how else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the Wanderer? Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. And from that moment, we traveled together east. Always into the east.
Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to Diablo 2. Today we are starting off on our Sorceress run through. We're going to be doing the casual playthrough this time. Gonna include all the cinematics and all that stuff, and we're going for ice because that's what you guys voted for. So yeah, this is the second to last normal playthrough I'm going to do of the game, as far as just showing off the base class and strategies for one of the many builds for each class. I could easily do this for like 8 or 9 years and not have a playthrough of every build that you could possibly do for all the classes. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before we see all the builds on the channel. But today we are doing an Ice Sorceress, which is not necessarily my favorite Sorceress. It's a good one, and it's okay for starters. Early damage with it is a little bit low for a new player. I'd probably recommend Lightning to a new player as far as just going through normal difficulty and playing through. Long-term, Lightning Ice is the best combo, but we are going heavy ice. I'm not going to go pure ice because I actually do want warmth and I do want static field. I'm going to skip out on teleport for this playthrough. It is a very strong utility spell. It is used extensively in speed runs and the like. Right now I'm just trying to get levels, and you'll notice that I am in Players 1. This is intentional. This one's going to be kind of like the reverse of most of the other runs. In Act 1, I am going to want to be on normal difficulty simply because, yeah, it's going to take ages for me to kill anything because I do very, very poor damage with this particular archetype of the Sorceress early on. If I was going to do Lightning, I'd be doing a little bit better, but not significantly early on. It just takes too much to burst through all these enemies with it, and you'll run out of mana before you can kill them off. Players 8 is kind of detrimental to mana-based characters early on, but later on, it's perfectly fine by them because they'll have ramped up their damage per mana by a significant amount. But right now, we're just trying to get to level 2 or 3 before finding the Den of Evil. There's the Den of Evil. Let's go ahead and get one more level before going in there. I mean, we can take it at level 1, but I honestly don't want to just yet. And thankfully, right here, we don't have to worry about things such as, whatchamacallit? The Fallen Reviver guys. The Shamans. There we go. Getting those words into my head and out of my mouth has proved to be a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to avoid giving too much commentary in terms... Oh, required strength 12. Let's go ahead and boost that up. And we'll go ahead and equip that. Why? Because we can. But let's go ahead and grab our first cold spell. It's a tough decision between Ice Bolt and Frozen Armor. I'm going to go with Frozen Armor first. Then we're going to go for Ice Bolt and then Warmth. And then we'll be... yeah, fairly leveled up. Not significantly, but fairly. There we go. This armor is so useful for us. It's kind of the reason I wanted to get to level 2 before going in here, because anything that attacks me will get frozen, and that gives us a higher chance of shattering them. For those of you wondering, the Den of Evil actually only has a limited number of layouts. This is an uncommon one, believe it or not. One that I personally don't mind either direction whenever it goes to like how the area forms, but because they're all pretty much the same in the end. The big impactor as far as how long it takes you to go through it is going to be how many fallen groups you have. If it's just fallen, like one fallen shaman and a bunch of gargantuans, you can usually go through it pretty quick because the gargantuans don't come back. The Fallens do. And you notice that guy froze whenever he hit me. That's because the armor lasts for 2 minutes, which is, it doesn't sound like much, but it actually is a decent amount of time in terms of like in-game time. I'm going to be abusing potions fairly heavily with this character as well. Something you haven't seen me do too often in the other builds. I even had people like comment on the particular barbarian run that I should have used his special attack and just drank mana potions very frequently. But since he's in the heat of battle, it's kind of a situation of where I have to question whether I want to be carrying those mana potions or life potions. Obviously, I would have killed things faster, and personally, I wouldn't mind doing that with other builds. The Scythe build in particular was not really doing well with high mana. I mean, it just doesn't swing fast enough to really go with that route. But like things like the mace and the sword one, I would have actually gone a little bit more towards mana hungry. The necromancer, I used mana potions liberally. Didn't really need much in the life potion category there. That's still only one socket. I want 2 sockets. And dang it. 2 sockets will give me just the armor for stealth, just like right off the bat. If I was speedrunning with the sorceress, I wouldn't worry about getting gloves and stuff like that unless I just happen to be lucky enough to come across a good pair. It's not essential to equip those kind of things on her, whereas some of the other classes, you might want to look for some things just for the extra armor on them instead of selling them for gold. Let's go ahead and kill that guy. Let's get the life potion and smack down another one. We should have... Yep, there's the other shaman. They wouldn't have split up like that if it was just that one shaman, because they will spawn not necessarily on top of the shaman, but in the same general vicinity. And we're going to go with a dump into energy there and a dump into the ice bolt here. That's going to be our F1 skill. Now, warmth is a passive skill, by the way. That's the one I'm going to be getting next with my next skill point. And that boosts our mana recovery. Let's see, this is the 3rd section. He's going to be, the boss is going to be in the bottom left, so I want to clear out everywhere else first, simply because I don't want this area bugging out on me. Now, I do have a rough timer as to how long this episode has lasted, so I'll be trying to aim to get it between 20 and 30 minutes, but no promises on any of the cinematic episodes, because I am trying to keep track of them on a timer over here. And I forget exactly how long certain things are. Yeah, we'll kill you, zombie. We do want to take the keys for now. Not really important if you're speedrunning or if you're not like hunting for items, but we are going to be hunting for a few items most likely on this playthrough. It still says kill all the monsters. There is a shaman we want to kill before we go after the boss. The reason why we're doing this is because we don't want to have to go through here a second time, as that will just bite us in the ass. And here I am just taking out all the little friendlies of him. Minions, good ones to kill, and you'll notice that he kind of wandered a little bit far, but they are tethered to their boss monster. All minions are, so you can sort of use that to judge how far away the boss monster is, because you'll see them kind of stop and turn around like they're kind of on one of those little child bungees. Quest log, 5 monsters remain. Okay, so there are apparently other monsters besides these guys. Let's go ahead and grab that. And I'm going to be using a little bit of mana here. Let's throw these down here. We'll go ahead and drop that one down as well. I'm going to try to take this guy out from afar. Is that buckler any good? No. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we're going to start pelting him. Boom. And he's kind of slow moving anyway, so once we hit him with the first one, it's pretty easy to take him down from there. Going to go ahead and chug a little bit of mana there, and he's just going to go plop down. Not going to be too hard to do. Rejuvenation potions we'll mostly keep for the resources, and we're not even going to bother identifying those. It's not worth it. We could if we wanted to get a little bit extra gold from them, but bleh. Extra bleh. Sorry about that. Just having like the coughing fits from Doom today, and I have to apologize for that. Let's see, the last 2 are probably just in this little nook over here. 2 zombies, hopefully. Nope. We got a gargantuan beast up here. Don't tell me there's one like rando just wandering around. That's going to be a pain in my butt. So let's do a walk down here while we recharge some stamina. And see if we can't find the last little booger that's kind of escaped our grasp. And hopefully... There he is. Boom! Goodbye. Thank you. Now I'm going to just wander up here. I'm going to go straight to the Cold Plains from here. I'm not going to bother going back just to turn in the quest just yet. It just doesn't really... There's no point in going back just yet. We're not going to use the skill point for anything real big anyway. At least not until we level up. Oh, I'm running the wrong direction. Someone should have told me that. I forgot that it was to the southwest of us. I believe the path is going to lead us past this, yeah. Now, some of these buildings, like... I don't know if this one's going to be one of them. Nope, this is just going to be a fallen building. Some of those buildings have special chests in them. If you're on players 8, holy crap, do they drop a lot of stuff. It's insane. And we got Quill Rat here that's going to be worth more. She can kill those guys for us. We're not too worried about losing the experience from it. And if she does that, it kind of like hurts the drops if she hits them. So let's see. There's the waypoint. Into town we will go. Boom. Don't even waste a town portal scroll there. Now I'm going to go ahead and identify these, I think. Trade. Let's see. It's 80 for an identify scroll. Is that going to increase the cost of those by 80? Probably not, but we can try. See, that one's 63 up to 127. That was not worth it, but it does give us a better piece of armor. So we're going to go ahead and sell that. Grab another one, identify that. Lightning resist, even better. Lightning resist is something that we desperately need, not just for this build, but just in general. And do we want to sell anything else? No, we don't really have much in the way of money right now. So I'm just going to get a town portal tome, slap that in there. We don't have enough for the identify tome, unfortunately. We could sell these keys and get enough, I believe. 280. That's 1. That's 15. We need 280 for that, unfortunately. You should boost this up a little bit closer. Then we'll throw in that one, and boom, we get an identify tome. A little bit of extra work there for it, but we'll make up what we sold in like no time flat. We can afford the potions right now. And I'm going to be dumping gold into my stash. If you were seeing me speed run, you wouldn't see me do that. But go in here and check for... I keep getting those in test runs as well. The studded leather just doesn't look good. It's horrible. I'm sorry. I don't like studded leather on most characters. It's kind of like a weird... We're trying to be like heavy and light armor at the same time kind of thing. And the Necromancer's is absolutely terrible. He looks like an 80s rock star with it. He really does go like with the bare chest and everything. One reason, by the way, not to use a shield at the very beginning is that it will cause reaction lock. So you'll generally see me wait to get a shield until a little bit later with the Sorceress. I mean, I don't mind it that much. Since we're going through casually, I'm going to get a lot more experience. I'm not going to have to worry about things being able to hit me as easily. But it's still a concern if you ever want to parlay this into a possibly, or just normal demons, into a speedrun. Which we've already kind of like defeated the purpose of. We're almost 20 minutes in. We should be a lot further than this if we're speed running it. Gonna go and take out the Spearwoman. Boom, boom, boom. On the subject of speedruns, I think the first class I'm going to be trying to focus on speedrunning is, oddly enough, the Necromancer. A lot of people really hate it for speedruns, which makes me kind of wonder why. I love the Necromancer personally, and I think I could actually advance the play of him just a little bit. A lot of people really do hate playing the Necromancer, or they play it in a lazy fashion. So that is something I'm looking at. Let's go ahead and kill these gargantuan beasts. Boom. And grab the chest. Kill off some of these shamans. Not doing this explicitly for experience, just going through killing these guys because we can. I'm not going to go for the Countess early on, even though I am still on Players 1. I want to wait until later to finish out that quest. It's just one of those ones that's in a weird spot where it just doesn't really flow well with the rest of the quest. And holy crap, this is like the corner of pain in the ass over here. Let's go ahead and get the armor back up so we can freeze some of these guys before they deal damage to us. We are level 4. We do want to get to like about, I want to say, let's kill you, level 5 or 6 relatively soon. I was hoping to get it in this episode. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. I will try though. Got a life shrine. This is going to be, I can't tell whether that's in the middle of the square or on the corner. I think it's on the corner. I think this might end up being the burial grounds. Nope, it's Stony Field, so we are good with that. That means the burial grounds is down the road a different direction, so that's good. I didn't walk around and figure out the square of the area. You can usually do that, but yeah, I often forget to. There is actually a logic to how the procedural generation works in these areas, which is kind of neat if you're interested in that sort of thing. Diablo 2, I think Diablo 2 is a really good basically procedural generation system to look at if you're interested in making games using procedural generation, because there's a lot of good lessons that can be learned from it. It doesn't work quite the same as, say, like Minecraft procedural generation, which is what a lot of people would probably credit to the popularity of that type of game design right now, too. Yeah, I personally attribute it to the Diablos popularizing it back in the 90s even more, whereas that's more just like not necessarily world generation so much as biome generation. This is like level generation, which is really, really nice. A lot of companies still struggle to actually design things that come even comparable to this, so yeah, clearing out my throat, switching over to Javelin of Craftsmanship, which is not a bad javelin. That thing's going to do some damage, and we're going to be throwing it. Got 44 of them. You'll see, boom, one shot. Boom, one shot. Just so much love, so much nicer than having to shoot these guys. And this is fairly fast fire rate for us as well. Not super fast, it's fast. The same speed as swinging a staff. Boom. We do want to use the magic just a little bit on these guys just to get rid of some of the smaller guys. We got another little minion group here, which is going to give us a lovely experience. If you look at the experience bar whenever I do hit these guys, it jumps quite a bit. Let's go ahead and take this guy down, please. Thank you. But they are great for experience. Minions and their associated bosses are just beautiful for leveling up. Especially even on Players 1. Did we get a better throwing knife? 6 poison damage over 2 seconds. We'll use it. We're going to use these until they break, most likely, if you were curious. There's the stones. We will take him out while we're here. Simply because I need practice with it. We do also need to get our lovely shield back up. I always forget to recast things like that. It's one reason why I didn't go for a lot of the shouts for the barbarian, because I will always forget to put them up whenever they go out. There's another superior throwing knife. Let's go ahead and just launch some ice bolts up here, see if we can get rid of some of his minions real quick. Possibly even get a level up off of them. Where are you? There you are. Boom. Oh, that guy's a minion as well. Come on. There you go. I'll go ahead and use a mana potion up here. We're trying to get rid of the minions, so all we have to do is face his Rakanushu. Boom. Boom. There you go. We will swap over to these for now. Since we're still using throwing. That's 155 of them. Let's go ahead and get some poison in them so we don't have to hit them near as often. Come on. Let me hit him. We still have him targeted. I don't know if we're actually in range, though. I think we might have got him. There you go. Come on, Rakanushu. Stop running away. All of his little buddies are running away, and it's irritating the crap out of me. Obviously, Stony Field is not the furthest we could get in day 1, but I'm just taking my time, doing my thing. There you go, Rakanushu. Poison is great against Lightning Enchanted because each tick of poison doesn't really cause him to trigger off, which is lovely. Come on. We'll throw knives at you if you don't come over here. There you go. Nice chip diamond. Diamonds are very, very nice to have. Scimitar is pretty nice to have if it has good stats. Poison damage. That's not a bad melee weapon. We can use range and melee, kind of swap between them. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more mana there. We're going to dump it up to 10. We're not going to get anything else other than warmth at this level. Next level, we'll start boosting up other things. Damage hard leather is not useful for us because it requires too much strength. And we want to keep our lightning resist armor up. And there's a rare sash. Holy crap. Me and getting rares today is proving to be good, but we don't have the identify scroll to actually look at it. So we'll look at it in just a minute. Strangling gas potion is also good money. Healing potion. That was our old short staff. It only sells for 1 gold, so if you're wondering why I threw it down, that's why. It's just not useful to us. And locked chest, don't have a key for. So let's go ahead and find the waypoint, and we'll call it an episode, I think. Boom. And one good thing about having a poison weapon is that it deals damage over time, so you can hit them with it. They might not die from it then, but they will die as you are running away from them. I forget the generation of the waypoint here. I think it's probably going to be over here. There's a skill shrine. Cute. Let's go ahead and get some more armor up. There's the thing that's going to tell us about the tower. We want this even more than skill shrine. Mana recovery is so essential to a sorceress. That's one reason why I do take the 1 point in warmth, is because it does help me out in the long run. As my mana goes up, it's going to give a % boost to the overall recovery of it. So that is beautiful. And yes, the higher your energy and mana and stuff like that, the faster your mana recovers. So these spells become significantly less expensive whenever you recover that much mana in just a matter of like a second or two. It's one reason why you do want to dump a good deal into mana and energy and stuff like that. What are you? What shrine are you? You're a stamina shrine. Would be useful right now, actually. so we don't have to keep doing the run walk. Boom. Now, I'm not too worried about saving time going back there, so I'm just going to be using these stamina shrines to run around and look for this waypoint. This area, not bad experience. It's not usually a place you want to stop to, like, experience hop. Because, frankly, you can get better experience elsewhere. The tower is a good place to get experience up to about 12, 13. And then you start getting diminishing returns. There's some enemies in Act 2 that are exceptionally good. The little lightning beetles are really good for mana. Not mana, for experience, sorry. Boom, boom, haha. Yeah, these guys are just nothing for me. Now, and even though I haven't leveled up much, it's just because I have better equipment now. Boom, boom, yep. And I could probably switch to Players 8 relatively soon after this episode. And this is, I think, still the first episode. Yeah, it is. Because we just did Den of Evil. Oh, and there's the waypoint. We just walked past it earlier, and I didn't think about it. But Rogue Encampment, and that's going to be the first episode of the Sorceress run. I was about to say, if this is the second episode, I'm taking way too long. It's been a very long day, if you're wondering. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on Diablo 2, where we will be venturing around. I'll be readjusting my belt before then, just to be a bit more mana-centered. In fact, I'm going to be doing that while I'm saying the outro. But yeah, keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. See you guys next time. Bye.